to Desertwood Days, and I am here with Mr. Eddie Wokenfuss. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to be here, I can tell you that.
Well, I've heard good things about you.
I hope so.
Yes. So, Eddie, you're an actor.
Yes.
How long have you been in the industry?
In the entertainment business, all my life, really. I really started working at it when I was in high school.
Oh,
I was very fortunate to have been blessed with some good musical ability, and I had my first hit record at 15
wow.
in high school.
Congratulations.
It's great. It's a great life when you're 15 in high school and have a hit
Yes.
record, I can tell you.
All the girls was chasing you, weren't they?
But I did that. I did music all through the 60s and 70s.
Oh,
And in the 80s, I'd gotten out of music business. And I was working with some people, and they said they knew that I'd done some entertainment stuff.
uh-huh.
Why don't I be in the play for the hospital? They had a charity thing.
Okay.
I said, I don't know. I said, okay, I'll be in it. So that got to be a regular thing every year. So I was,
So why did you get out the music industry?
well, the lifestyle primarily. I uh, I was married and I had a daughter who was 1 year old at that point,
Okay.
and I didn't want to be gone all the time because you're not at home a lot.
Sure,
I wanted to
sure.
be home with her,
Right.
and and of course the lifestyle is crazy,
Yes.
and you've got to get out of it if you're going to then not
What was,
make it.
what was your genre of music?
Rock and roll,
Oh, yes.
great rock and roll from the
Yes.
'60s and '70s. We were a good copycat band. We
Were,
played a lot of stuff.
were you wild back then?
Just a little.
So did you write music also?
Yes, I've written, I guess, 15 or 20 songs.
Oh,
I like them.
oh,
I don't know who else does, but I haven't found anybody yet that likes it that much.
okay.
Um, yeah, in the 80s, I did community theater.
Uh,
But when the 90s rolled around, I decided to try my hand at movies.
okay. So you went from music to theater,
Hmm.
and then from theater, that's when you moved into films.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
What was there someone that inspired you to go into film, or you just decided I want to make a change at it?
Well, I think I was almost dared to do it. I was doing a community theater show. I think it was Carousel, and some of the young kids that were there in the show uh, said, "Hey, they're going to have a movie filming in Washington D.C., and uh, all you got to do is go down to Tyson's Corner and try out." They said, "Eddie, why don't you go?" I said, "No, I'm not going to do that. You guys are crazy." So I said, finally, okay, I'll go. So I went. It was an Eddie Murphy movie called
Oh,
Distinguished Gentleman.
oh yes.
And the crazy part, they took my picture, they saw my resume, and said, "Thank you, we'll be in touch." And they were in touch. And so
Wonderful.
I
It was
got
that
the,
name Eddie. That's what.
that was it. But I didn't have any lines. I was
hmm
just an extra. But it was really fun. And when I knew how much fun it was, then I continued when I got to Arizona.
Right.
And
You know what? That was a great opportunity for you. And I don't like to say I was only. I don't like when
yeah, I
people
don't
say
like that
that
either. I'm sorry.
because you have to start somewhere.
Yes,
And as one of our guests was saying, I mean, get on sets and learn. So that's what you did.
that's what
And it
I've done.
happened to be an amazing set that you got
Yeah,
on.
it was.
Two Eddies on one set.
Yeah, and I got to meet him because I was placed for a scene, and he came walking by when they said second team in, first team in. He came over and went, "Hi, how you doing?"
Oh my
And we
goodness.
played around a little bit. It was
Yes.
cool.
And you know what? You should never get too big for your pants.
No,
I mean, if you have people that are supporting your movie, acknowledge them. And I
yeah,
love the celebrities that do that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Once they keep their feet on the ground.
Yes. So you did Distinguished Gentleman. And
Hmm.
what happened after that?
After that, we came to Arizona, and I thought, well, I'm going to try to do some more. So I got a spot with PBS. They were
Mm,
doing a special called Cadillac Desert, and it was 5 episodes. I was only in one of them, but it was filmed up in Fountain Hills. They were
uh-huh.
talking about water and water conservation, and
Okay.
I basically ad libbed to the interviewer,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a great little thing. And then I did a couple commercials for Circle K and such.
Okay.
And then I I didn't do much for a number of years, and I met a lady, Diana Breast,
Yes.
who uh, I I had written to 4 or 5 people online
Uh-huh.
that were in the movie business and said, "Could you give me a little direction?"
Uh-huh.
And 2 people responded out of about
Mm.
6, and Diana was one. And when she
Oh.
called me, she said, "Well, do you want to be in a movie?" I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "You want to be in one tonight?"
That's Diana.
I said, I said, "Sure." So she told me where to go, and I went. Sure enough, I was in it.
And that's what I love because we were speaking about that earlier with one of my other guests, and we spoke about people supporting other or helping aspiring actors, someone that needs the help. I mean, if
Yeah,
they have questions, it's not going to kill you to help someone and answer a question. I
no,
mean, you're not going to do the work for them, but if they ask you a question, why wouldn't you help someone?
right. Well, that's the great part about a lot of the movie people I've got to work with. They, I've got to know everybody. I
Yeah.
made that effort, but they're wonderful people. They
And
give you
hopefully you've
advice.
paid it forward and helped someone else
Yeah,
along the way.
yeah.
That's
I
great.
got my daughter to be in a movie. I'd had to twist her arm to do it, but she
Oh,
did.
well, you know what? Acting isn't for everyone.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
not for everyone.
You're right.
I mean, some of us we get the bug, we love it, and we want to do. We can't get enough of it. But for
Right.
some people, they get on one set and I'll never do that again. But it's not for everyone.
No, you're right.
So you worked with Diana Breast, one of our lovely people in the community.
Yeah.
So where'd you go after that?
Well, after that, Diana said, "Did you have a good time?" I
Mm.
said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, if there's anything else, I'll call you or write one or the other." And I
Okay.
met some people on the set for that one, and I said, "Do you mind if I write to you and find out anything else you might have going on?"
Oh,
And so I just kept in contact with people who I met on the various sets because I was an extra,
right.
and I did about, oh Lord, I bet I did 20 movies.
You know what? I am loving everything that you're saying. I mean, I love your energy, first off. Um, you were also in a film, Fornix,
Yes, Phoenix, Arizona.
Fornix, Arizona. How
Yes.
did that come about?
I auditioned for a different part, believe it or not. And the director, writer, John, uh, said, "You're not going to get that part." And I really wanted it. But he said, "But I have another part for you if you'd like to do it." I said, "What is it?" He said, "You're going to be a porn film director." So I said, "Sounds like fun to me." So
May I ask what the other part was?
it was for the landlord,
Oh, you wanted to play the landlord.
the mean guy. But but John gave me that part, and it was really exciting. And doing making that film was just wonderful. It's great. It's out there, and oh, go see it. Just got to go see it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you weren't the mean guy in your role?
No, no, I was. I went to a premiere just a couple of weeks ago of another film I did,
Uh-huh.
and the director grabbed me outside. We were saying hi to each other, and he said, "Eddie, remember, in this one, you're a bad guy."
Oh,
I was a sleazy stockbroker,
okay.
but he said, "Remember, you're a bad guy in this," because I'm not used to being the bad guy.
So how many years have you been in the industry altogether?
Well, if I
If
say
you
I
don't mind,
started,
if you don't mind
I don't
saying.
mind. Let's see, 15 from 70 to 60, 55, 56 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah, long time.
Yes, it is. I mean, we're talking about from music with theater, film.
Yeah,
That is us 50 some
yeah.
years.
Well, it's a roller coaster,
Of course, it,
and
it,
that's
it
like any
is.
business.
Yes, it is. You've been doing this for 56 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 more years? What do you want to be doing?
Well, I hope I'm right here in Arizona, still doing parts in movies and enjoying myself and it's laying at the pool during the summer and relaxing indoors during the winter. And I just hope that uh, I can keep on rolling. I just got to keep going.
Do you see yourself continuing to act?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't done anything for about 9 months because of illness,
Oh,
but I want to continue. I'm going to start again very soon
yeah.
because I'm feeling good, and all my friends in the business. I mean, they're just wonderful people, and
That's
I'm
awesome.
going to start writing to them again. I'm going to bug them.
Yes. But you know what? If you don't ask, you won't know
That's
who's
right.
out there to help you.
Yeah, you got to
What is
have the
that
courage.
saying? A closed mouth won't get fed.
That's right.
So if you don't ask people if they can help you or if they need someone with your look or your caliber, I
Yeah,
mean, you won't know.
yeah, you got to ask.
You have to ask. You've been doing this for 50 some years. Oh my goodness.
Long time.
I'm going to ask you, what advice would you give to, I'm going to ask you, what advice would you give to, let's say, a mature person as yourself that wants to do what you're doing? They see what Eddie's out there doing, and Eddie look like he having fun. So how can I get into that business, Eddie?
Well, I would say start calling people that are involved in it and see if you can get a spot as an extra in a couple films. Be sure you're always on time. Make sure you dress appropriately according to what they want. And bear in mind, you're going to have a lot of young people who are telling you what to do.
But Eddie, I'm 75. I've never done this before, so where would I start?
Well, the director tells you what to do. If you're going on
But how
set,
do I meet the director?
well, you could do like I did, and that is look up some sites and write to the people that you see that are older.
Oh,
That was the other key to that. I
okay.
didn't write to young people. I just picked out
Those
older
darn young
faces.
people.
Picked out the older faces, and
Oh,
that's who I wrote to. And
okay.
like I said, a few of them responded. And that was great.
You know, for some people, and I wanted you to talk to the mature audience because there's some people that think because I'm a certain age, I can't do this.
Oh
Okay,
no,
and I tell you, I always go to Betty White.
yeah,
Betty White is still out there rocking and rolling.
she's 90 something years old.
Yeah, so if she can still do it, why can't you?
Oh yeah, well, they always have parts, roles for
Mm-hmm.
older people. I
Yes.
played the grandfather
Yeah.
in a film a few weeks ago, the great grandfather, where I died a few
Mm.
months ago, I should say. And but I played the old grandfather. I did another one over White Tanks, where I played the grandfather at a child's birthday party.
Mm.
They always want grandfather figures, grandmother
Right.
figures,
Right.
and mature people.
Have you ever? I know sometimes there's like groups that meet together and do scene studies or whatever they're doing, self tapes.
Yeah.
Have you ever met with any other people in your age range to work on acting or to? Do you ever see that? You
Uh,
guys supporting each other and helping each other out in the industry?
yeah, we do. I have 3 or 4 friends that I talk to or text regularly.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing? Have you got any spots? Have you gotten anything new? Or I heard so and so is going to do a film. Why don't you give them a call? You'd probably fit one of the characters.
Right.
Um, yeah, I have 4 or 5. It's not a whole lot because there's
Right.
not a lot of older people in it. There's
Yeah.
just not. I laugh because I only have competition of 2 or 3 people when I
Oh.
audition. There's not that many older people and older women. Same way with
I'm gonna have to
playing the
send my mom
grandmother.
your way.
Send her over.
Get her out there.
We'll get her in.
She get out my hair some. It was such a pleasure having you here
This has
today.
been great.
And
This has been great.
I mean, just listening to all your history, that's just amazing. Where can our audience find you?
Um, I'm at oldrocker68 at gmail.com. It's OLROCKR, no E,
Okay.
R 68 at gmail.com. Old Rocker.
Awesome. Awesome. Such a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I
You're
really, this was fun.
welcome.